Hi, today I present to you the most requested video of all time on my channel. Revealing your cousin secrets. Really, there's only one reason I can comprehend that would lead so many of you to want to hear cousin secrets, which is making yourselves feel better about whatever weird, most likely incestual cousin stuff you've got going on. So good luck with that. You're welcome, though, that I am relieving the tension you've been harboring. There's a reason I'm finally giving in and making this episode, and it is to celebrate. Last week I said that there would be an announcement in this week's video, and here it is. A lot of you who have been watching Revealing Your Secrets for the last few years have requested that I make this series longer, more in-depth, and I did it. We have finally made Revealing Your Secrets into a podcast. The podcast is going to be similar to what I've been doing in Revealing Your Secrets, but so much better. We're going to have audio submissions. I'm going to be talking one-on-one with you guys about your secrets, asking you questions, getting more information. We're going to have guests. There are some other really fun segments I'm excited about. You'll just have to see for yourself. But don't worry, I will be dropping the video version of the podcast every week on this channel, so stay here, stay subscribed. We will also have an audio version, so head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts, and make sure to follow Revealing Your Secrets, the podcast. Also, rate and review, which will help more people find the show and help us keep making it. I'm so grateful that this is happening and so excited to finally be able to share it with you all. It's an adventure, and I think you're gonna want to go on it with me. So I'll see you there. Oh, I haven't told you when it's happening, have I? June 23rd! June 23rd, this Thursday at 2 p.m. Revealing Your Secrets, the podcast launches. So look out for it. I will see you there, and I will see you now. We still have some stuff to go over, which I'm a little nervous about, but I won't live in fear. I've never told anyone this, even the people I've gotten extremely close to in my life, because I was a free-minded kid and always did new, and some would say interesting things. But I was super close to my cousins growing up, both girls and the same age, and growing up around sexuality being perceived as taboo, I was curious and didn't know how to express it in a healthy way because of the society we live in. You tell us, girl. My cousin, feeling the same way, suggested we watch porn together. Pretty much, we just looked up girls kissing on YouTube and other things like that. We would try to recreate the things in the video without ever kissing or taking our clothes off. But one time we dry humped and literally wrote each other's faces fully clothed. We were like 10, and as we grew up, we grew apart because of other drama and just because it happens. We both know and remember what happened, but whenever one of us brings it up, we never say what actually happened. We just say we don't speak of it. In theory, it's gross, but not direct incest, and we were just curious kids exploring our sexuality. This is the vibe that I get from, because I've read a lot of secrets up until this point, and this is like the most common sort of cousin experience that it seems so many people have had, just innocently exploring your bodies with your family members. You know, I don't condone it, but your children, you don't know what's going on. I think this is normal. I don't know if I think it's normal because I've read so many of these types of secrets, but I think it's normal. And the deed's been done. You know what I mean? If you're sitting here watching this video and you've fondled your cousin as a child, at least you kept it in the family. I think that's like the only scenario in which that expression doesn't help or work. So like, I'm not even one of those people who like hates kids and children, like they're mostly fine, but at my aunt's birthday party, my second cousin, boy 4, was running all over the place and just being very disruptive. He blew out the candles on the cake and not only basically spit on it, but touched the side of it with his gross hands. He bumped into multiple times while running around and he spit out a huge piece of frosting. That was disgusting. Sorry for ranting, but I like poisoned him. And he had to go to the hospital, but like, it's cool though, because he deserved it. I think somebody else is in charge of karma, but I guess you took matters into your own hand, and it's fine, because he deserved it. 4 years old, he deserved it. Is it bad that I'm actually relieved reading this secret because it has nothing to do with incest? Is it bad that I'd rather hear about you guys poisoning your cousins than kissing them? I think it's bad, especially because the kid was 4. I feel like if anyone is allowed to get away with being a menace, it's a 4-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, if your 44-year-old cousin was doing that, fine, poison them. But the kid's 4. I'm glad he's alive and that you didn't, you know, end it all from your revenge. Sometimes this series makes me feel like something's wrong with me. Really, there's something wrong with you. We're all pretty fucked up. Cheers. So one time me and my cousin were hanging out and she said she could go to the bathroom to change her underwear because she started her ladies' day, and me being a stupid 12-year-old boy at the time made some stupid joke about it. I made her uncomfortable. She was so mad that she later on that dinner, when I went to the bathroom, I put her pad in my burger. When I came back, I took a bite out of it. Even though I wasn't able to swallow it, it didn't taste that bad. And honestly, it kind of turned me on. Love your videos. Of course you love my videos. Like, of course you love my videos. Next time a company asks for my demographic information, I'm just gonna send them a screenshot of this secret. That's pretty much my demo. Oh my god. I think there's maybe nothing grosser than eating a pad. But if there's any way to eat it, I mean, that's it. Get it kind of like in something. And like a burger is usually a little bloody, so there's some sort of like correlation to, like, if there was any way to go about it, I agree with the choice. I don't agree with the consumption. I agree with the method of consumption. Does that make sense? A general rule of thumb, if you guys didn't know, don't eat pads. They're actually not for eating. It's crazy, some of the things you learn on the internet, but it's true. When I was little, my cousin came over for a play date. We locked ourselves in a room and played doctor. They took off my pants and inspected my lady bits with a baby spoon. I don't know why this happened because we were mad little, but I forgot about this until a year ago, and now I just find it funny because what the fuck and why the fuck did it happen? I don't think they remember, but we're so cool. I feel like we all had weird games that turned slightly sexual. I hope we all did, because otherwise I'm just exposing myself right now. I had like a group of friends when I was younger and we used to play Flava Flav. Oh my god, why am I saying that? So that was what our game was called. It would be like but it always got a little weird. Nothing crazy for me in this specific scenario, but I am sharing this to make you feel comfortable sharing. So this is the prompt for this week's video. I want you to leave a comment down below and let me know just the name of the game that you played that got weird when you were younger. Like Doctor. Not that funny of one, but I'm sure some of you have better ones. I really hope I didn't just expose myself and like 96% of you are like, dude, I don't have a name of a game because I'm fucking normal. Ah! Whenever I was little, I would go somewhere where you throw coins into water and make a wish. I would always think, I wish my cousins were here. I don't know why. I was never particularly close with them, and it honestly would have been awkward if we ran into each other in public. What? You got nothing else better to think about or wish for? What is psychologically going on there? Maybe you just wanted to feel closer to your cousins. Maybe you felt lonely and you wanted friends, but it was easier to wish for your cousins than to wish you had friends because that's maybe embarrassing. That's so weird. It's like me wishing for longer fingers. That's exactly what it is. Because I could like probably do more stuff with them, get in places, but it's like I don't need them. It would be awkward, you know, I'd fumble a little bit with longer fingers. I don't want longer fingers. Why am I wishing on shooting stars for longer fingers? I gotta... You want to move on too? Good. I physically cannot believe this is reality. Me every morning when I wake up, I'm like, here again. Just kidding, I'm actually really doing well. I'm just making a dumb joke because I thought it'd be relatable. But sometimes I do feel like that, but I haven't been feeling like that lately. How are you? Oh. Alright, well, this might make you feel better, because it's gonna be bad. Okay. Last night I found out that my boyfriend's great-great-grandfather is my great-great-grandfather's brother, meaning we share the same great-great-great-grandfather. I'm not sure how lineage works, but I think that makes us kind of fourth cousins? I was on the verge of breaking up with him, but when I told my parents, they laughed and told me it was so far back it's irrelevant. My boyfriend doesn't seem to think it's that big of a deal, but I don't know how I'm meant to just move on from it. Plus, neither he or my parents think it's anything to end something over. I'm so confused and disgusted. I wish I didn't know, then it wouldn't matter. I really like him, but by staying with him, I am knowingly dating a very distant relative. What the fuck? keep reminding myself that I'm only 19 and probably won't marry him, but even then, it's not really the kind of ex story you can laugh about 20 years down the track at family dinners. It is though. It actually is. Anyways, I think I have to at least try, and if I can't move past it, it'll be the end of that. Gonna be hard to explain why we broke up though. Yikes. Anyways, love you, Alex. Never ever thought I'd have a secret to submit, especially of the slightly incestuous caliber. I love that you came to me to deal with it. I don't know what I would do, especially when everyone else in your life is saying it's no big deal. But to be honest, like, great-great-grandfather's not that distant. It's really not. Like, you guys, you share genes. I think I'd dump. I wouldn't dump because they're my cousin. I would dump because it's a red flag that he doesn't care that he's your cousin. You know what I mean? That he is like, no part of him does that alarm. That's weird to me. Leave a comment down below. Dump cousin or don't dump cousin. I want to see what the public opinion is. My little brother has sexual feelings for me. I found out when I caught him taking pictures of me in the shower. It has caused a lot of issues, and there are still things I don't know. But that is old news at this point. When I was very young, like 10 or 11, I went to my extended family's house and all of my cousins, siblings, and I slept in the same room. I, for some reason, slept under the bed. I remember what I thought was a fleshy big toe going into my mouth, and I sucked on it. I don't know why I sucked on it, I just did. I get it. I think there are two responses to a big toe being placed in front of your face, and it's either to like push it away or to suck on it. So you just did one of the 50% options. The next morning I asked my older cousin if there was anyone who slept near me, and everybody said no. I wrote it off as a dream and lived my life. Now that I have put other male appendages in my mouth, I remember that dream. I realized that toe had no toenail. It was a tiny limp peen. Oh my god, your baby brother sexually assaulted you? Holy. Now all I can wonder is if it was my little brother. Did he even see me as his sister? Or was I a sex object from the beginning? Also, if not him, who else of my family has these kinds of thoughts for me? I just took like 15 damage points. Sometimes when I read your secrets, I just take a moment and I go, oh, this is actually gonna like live in my psyche for a while. What the fuck? I don't even know what to say. I mean, I'm sorry that that happened. How do you even function in your home with your brother? And oh my, what? Ah, I gotta go. I need pet therapy. I need pet therapy. I'll put your toe in my mouth. I actually think this might be one of the worst secrets I've ever read. I am so disturbed. There's like an imagery to it. It's like tactile too. I can feel, I gotta move on. We gotta move on. Hey, hi, what's up? I'm glad I got this opportunity to share my secret with someone, cause not to be dramatic, but it's literally been burdening my soul. I'm an 18-year-old girl and I attend high school in my hometown. A couple of months ago, I found out that my second cousin goes to the same school, and coincidentally, our classrooms are right next to each other. I've never really known him. I was always just kind of aware he existed, so I had no idea how he looked like. However, after some time, I gained a bit of courage and came up to the guy who looked the most accurate to the photos and descriptions. Luckily, it was him. We are getting to know each other since he didn't even know he had a second cousin in the first place. And I can't help but feel how deeply in love I'm falling with him. It's confusing, unacceptable, and I can't really tell whether this is just my reaction to getting unexpectedly close to him. I hate to say this, but I also find him incredibly attractive. I love the feeling of being in love, but this dynamic just confuses the shit out of me to a point where I'm physically sick. It's fine, because it's like you have your cousins, and then you have your first cousins, and then you have your second cousin. It's Mean Girls, obviously. It honestly makes sense. Like, you're the same age, you're getting emotionally close to each other. I'm not surprised at all. I want to be like, no, don't do it, but it's honestly, it seems like it's just what's gonna happen. If it hasn't already happened since you've submitted the secret. Maybe you just need to fondle a little bit to find out that you shouldn't fondle. Do you know what I mean? Or you could be like the biggest person you could be and set a boundary now, but you're like in high school, I mean, how great are high schoolers at setting sexual boundaries? In my experience, not fantastically skilled. I can't believe I just gave you the advice to hook up with your cousin. What? I don't know. I just want you guys to do what makes you happy. And I guess if that's kissing your cousin, then like, okay. Just use protection so you don't have incest babies. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing right now, but that's how I feel. That's really fucked up. Please read this one, Alex. This is a long and juicy secret, no pun intended at all. So as a very religious Mormon, very closeted gay teenager, once I turned 18, I figured I'd give Grindr a try. That's normal and can be exciting as a legal teenager. But my first experience was awful and sort of comical in some ways, but mainly traumatizing and destroying my confidence for a while. For those not aware, the gay culture and dating experience is much different. So the first guy I was into and first started talking. Since we were both closeted, we agreed not to share face pictures on the app. We kind of had a blind date thing and see each other's faces when we first met. Well, one thing led to another and we ended up sending nudes and such. The usual. I decided I want to meet up with him and he felt the same even though we hadn't seen each other's faces at all, but literally every other intimate and private part of one another. So it's about 3 a.m. one night. We both have school the next day, but we didn't care. We were both 18 and prone to bad, impulsive decisions. We were both super turned on and just want to meet after weeks of great conversation and pic swapping. We talked in great detail about what we were gonna do when we meet and make out for hours after. I was so excited to find another guy who wasn't out and understood the whole Mormon struggle. Not Mormon anymore, obviously. Fuck that cult. So on a whim, we meet up and agree to meet at a spot. I drive to his area to pick him up. I see him walking up to my car and think, wait a second, he looks familiar. With me, everybody, he was my cousin. We all saw that coming. My cousin. I wasn't close with at all since I'm not close to my family at all, my literal cousin. As soon as he got into my car, my heart sank. He actually said, what the fuck? I felt disgusting. We both panicked hardcore and talked about it for about 3 hours. Neither one of us had any idea at all. This is why we all need to send nudes to our family members so we can make sure that we don't accidentally date them, because we can say, oh, that's Aunt Tammy's titty. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? No, that's not the consensus. The consensus is to see people's faces before you meet up with them and not just their genitals. Or exchange nudes with all your family members. It's like either one works. I decided I would rather just pretend it didn't happen at all, especially since we sent so many videos and pictures to one another that were really risque. I still feel gross thinking about it. I haven't seen him for about 3 years now, but the last family gathering was awkward, especially since now he's married to a woman after telling me he is very gay. Aw, that's sad for both of them. I feel sad for him and hope it wasn't my fault that he doesn't want to do anything with men now. It was a complete accident, and it really ruined both of our early experiences with men. Damn. It sucks because you already had so much shame around it, and then you had this experience, which probably just compounded the shame even further. But you know what? You guys handled it well. I bet you there are 2 lads out there in the world who are related to each other who would find themselves in this situation and still fuck. So a round of applause for the cousins with self-control. Yes! We love platonic cousins. Why is this like sexual? Suddenly I'm like, whoa, what am I doing? It's like, there's, you know, everything is sexual now. Because it's like, you guys shouldn't be fucking your cousins, but you are, and now everything's sexual. One day I was really horny. So I decided to take a shower and jack off in there. Once I cleaned myself off, I started stroking my tree. It felt really good, and I just kept thinking about people I know IRL. Weird, I know. But anyways, everything was good until my cousin popped into my head. I always liked her, but you know, I never really thought about it much because she's my cousin and stuff. When she popped into my head, I couldn't stop thinking about her. I kept going and finished to the thought of her biting my arm. I have a big biting fetish. So yeah, I jacked off to my cousin. By the way, I jacked off to you too. What an honor. I love your videos though. I can tell. Is this really fucked up? But I get it. Like, I get why you would jack off to me. No, that's not what I'm saying. People like sexual things that are taboo, and having sexual relations with a family member is taboo. Of course you masturbated to your cousin. It makes so much sense. And I'm not saying that I'm happy about it or that we should all be doing it with our trees in our trunks, but that's Mother Nature is what I'm saying. It's like drinking water, breathing air, soaking in the sun, masturbating to your cousin. Okay, not even my best friend knows about the time I shart myself doing a grand plie in dance class knows this. I've been with my husband since high school and married for about 5 years. A couple years ago, I was bored and I decided to entertain myself. Probably not the best idea. So I made a Tinder. I used pictures of a friend that my husband didn't know and would talk to strangers. Farthest I've ever gone was sexting. Fast forward, I matched with a guy who was completely my type. Black hair, green eyes, fit, and just literally out of my wet dreams. He seemed familiar, but I just didn't know where from. We got to talking and everything was getting so hot, and so after about 6 months of no sex from my husband and intense mind-blowing sex with this man and secret bathroom closet masturbation while my husband is at work/school, we decided to meet on Valentine's Day. If there's ever a bad day to meet up with your... What do you call a person that's a man that you're cheating with? A mister? Why is there only a term for a female? Like, there's only a term for a person that a man is cheating on a woman with. What do you call that? Male version of a mistress? Paramour? He's got a body like an hourglass, it's ticking like a clock. It's a matter of time before we all run out. Thought it was mine, it's gonna burn. That's a problem, right? Like, why is the male cheating term way more predominantly known than the female one? Paramour? Is that really what that means? I'm upset. I think we need to normalize whoever a woman is cheating with. Anyways, if there's ever a time to not meet up with the person that you're cheating on your significant other with, it would be Valentine's Day. It's like, maybe just keep it in that day, because you're like giving it away a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like, where were you today, the day of Rome? You know what I mean? Like, you're not really trying to keep it a secret is all I'm saying. Anyways, I decided I should probably be honest with him and tell him I don't look like my pictures, so I did. Turns out neither did he. At this point, I'm a little nervous because all of the catfish episodes I'd seen, but I've been doing the same, and we had this weird sexual conversation, deep bond that I hadn't felt in years, so I said fuck it. Sent my best friend my location and told her to watch my location because my husband and I were going to a dangerous neighborhood. We live in New York City, everything is sus. Husband told me he had to work late. Maybe he's cheating too. Here's hoping. You kind of deserve it. And that gave us the perfect opportunity because I could just say I was going out with the girls. I buy a sexy lingerie and drive to the hotel he booked for us. Girl, my heart dropped. As I walked into the room, on the bed were flowers, fake little candles, and champagne. On the other side of the room, my husband. Turns out the man in the pictures was his cousin that I met once at our wedding when visiting from Spain. What the fuck did we think with our 25-mile radius? Till this day we sext each other and come home to have mind-blowing sex. I can't tell if that situation should have broke us, but it was a full 180. Love your videos, you're gorgeous, and please judge us. Wow, what an incredible story. You went to cheat, both of you, and it was with each other? What? I don't even know what to make of this. Can you even get mad at your significant other for doing stuff that's cheating if it's with you? If you're doing it too and it's together? This is a mind fuck. Like, it's kind of beautiful, but I would also be upset. You know what I mean? I'd be like, I'm the only one who's allowed to cheat here, and you can't even cheat with me. Is that a double standard to say that I can do it, but my husband can't, and still be mad even though if it was with me? But if it's with you, then you know that they were also talking to other people. That's, you know what I mean? There's no way you talked for 6 months and you weren't able to get like some gist of the fact that he reminded you of your husband. You didn't see each other's phones go off at the exact time that the other person was... I do believe this story. It is just a bit insane. This is a mindfuck. It is the best worst case scenario. If cheating is the worst case scenario in a marriage, this is the best worst case scenario. That it was with you the whole time, I guess. I'm literally so disgusted with myself for this one. One time I had a dream where my cousin and I had sex. When I woke up, I was so grossed out, and now every time I see him at family gatherings, I can't even talk to him because of the dream I had. I'm just more disgusted with my brain for having the dream. I know it was a dream, but I'm literally so disturbed and never want to talk to him again. There are people having non-dream, waking life sex with their cousins. You're fine. Not only are you fine, but you get a gold star. I am accepting the absolute bare minimum here today. Not only accepting, I am rewarding. I am praising the bare minimum. So my grandma just turned 98 years old and my whole family got together for it. My cousin, who has always looked good, was there, and he was talking about when he was a teacher, all of the girls would say how attractive he was. And my grandma lives in a small town and not a lot of places to have a party. So we had her party at a church and literally everyone in my town came. And I was eating with my whole family, all 61 of us, and I sat down at one of the 4 tables for us, and the attractive cousin sits right next to me. And we started playing a game and trying to guess things about each other, like what sport we played in school. And I am a very shy person and hate talking to people, so my face was turning red. And he said, "Aw, your face is red," which made my face more red. He said, "Let's go to the bathroom and cool you down." My heart was racing at this point, so we go to the church bathroom and he locks the door so it is private. He started to undo my button-up shirt and my heart is literally go a mile a minute. He asked, "Is this okay?" I said yes, so I started to undo his tie, and now we're kissing and I go down on him and he finishes in my mouth. We were going for like 7 minutes. We get dressed and he goes out first and I go out 2 minutes later, and no one even noticed we were gone. Not to mention we're both guys, and now he's going to get married to a woman. Whoa. You know, age makes us think a lot about death, and death reminds us that it's so important to be close and vulnerable and affectionate with the ones we love, especially our family. So yeah, this is what I call coping. I'm just kidding, but for some reason I'm a little turned on and I don't really know what to make of that. I think I just love gay men. I love people being gay in places where they're not supposed to be gay. Something is really doing it for me. Like specifically with this story, personally, something's doing it for me. What about you? No? Okay, I have to be done for my own sanity. Revealing Your Secrets, the podcast. June 23rd, Thursday, 2 p.m. Be there, here, in video format or wherever you listen to podcasts. Again, make sure you go look up Revealing Your Secrets, the podcast, follow the podcast, rate it, review it, listen, and enjoy. I am so excited to share this with you. I will see you there, here, there, wherever you decide to take a nibble. Thank you.